the context to this message is I was in St. Catharines doing a play with my roommate, my former roommate at the time, and Brent, being one of my bestest friends, was coming down to see the show. And well, let's just see where the night takes them.
Two things. Number one, positive on the Marlies tickets. That's a great idea. Two, I'm in Thorold right now, so I'm hanging out with a bunch of people here, having a good time in Thorold. Looking forward to seeing your play tomorrow. You better bring it. You better bring it. I drove a long time, so you better bring it.
We're already at 3.
Let that sink in. So you better bring it. So on 2, yeah, I'm in Thorold having a good time. Going hanging out with some people downtown St. Kitts right now.
For what it's worth, Thorold and downtown St. Catharines are two very different places.
Still on number 2, you should probably bring it.
Yeah.
It should be a good play. Drove all the way down here, so it should be a good play. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, on the Marlies tickets, great idea. So I'm a positive. So whatever you need from that, I just read your text and said probably do that. So I'm an A+ on the Marlies tickets, and then I'll see you tomorrow. But I'm here and I'm ready to go. So you better bring it. I'm looking forward to you Nader geniuses. So I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. You know I love you. You're the king.
Yeah.
Hope you're having fun tonight, because I'm drinking a lot. I better actually listen to this entire message, because I'm actually taking a lot of time to do this.
At least he's self-aware.
But no, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. So I'm about to head out and play some pool with my buddies here in Thorold. So I'll see you tomorrow. Better bring it.
Better there.
I think I hammered that in a few times. Better bring it tomorrow. I came down here for that, but have a good one, buddy. I'll talk to you.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? Well, if they go to a local high school, they're probably getting chlamydia. Circle jerks once again, ladies and gentlemen. I have to my left producer James Stacy, Richard Varty, our good friend Andre, and Robbie's here. And this episode's what are we drinking is not going to be very enticing, because it's actually just water.
Well, maybe we should talk about what we were drinking last night, and that explains what we're drinking now. Yeah. I don't remember the majority of things. Apparently we had a whole bunch of fucking pitchers of Keith's and a whole bunch of wings that may or may not have been fully cooked. Mm-hmm. I don't want to tell you how I might have food poisoning, but the evidence was there. This is how they're trying to get rid of us. Is like, no, we're just going to keep giving them like less and less cooked wings until they die from fucking salmonella.
I don't know why they don't die. There was like 5 grams of mercury in that last batch of wings.
Well, we better bring it.
I'm bringing it. I'm drinking booze. I don't care.
It's true.
Robbie is drinking. What are you drinking there?
I am drinking a bottle of brandy, which I'm sharing with Mr. Stacy and Mr. Cyrus if you want some.
Yes, please.
Well, here you go.
So we said, let's all have a quick round of applause for Andre Cyrus being on the show.
Yay!
We
got him.
He's losing his circle jerk virginity.
I feel bad because John wanted to be on the show and scheduling didn't work out, so we kind of subbed in John Hawk, who can't see color, with Andre, who is the only different color from us.
Yes.
Which is good.
We don't see color.
Well, says white people. John. Only white people say they don't see color.
Yeah. John can't see color.
I don't see race.
John only found out that Andre was black last week, actually.
Yeah.
What's
also
on the menu?
Docket here today, we've got chlamydia in your local high schools. I will repeat that.
Yeah.
Chlamydia in your local high schools, and you'll be really shocked at what grade.
Like which school?
We don't want to talk about it.
Save it for the roast.
Save it for the roast.
You can probably guess which one.
Along that vein, we have a website, crabsrevenge.com.
It's a thing.
We have Ukraine, gay athletes, and online dating. So I open the floor to Mr. Woods, and if you want to talk about chlamydia in your local high school.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's nobody more qualified than me to talk about chlamydia in high school students. As you well know.
I think he might actually be the reason.
Yeah, I'm not in a position to confirm nor deny that I've given chlamydia to a bunch of people in grade 10, but...
Grade 10.
Wow.
we're gonna have an online poll, and you can decide who gave them chlamydia.
As opposed to your offline poll.
So I climb on anytime.
Which is also riddled with chlamydia.
My dick also comes in braille. Anyway,
Oh, wow. That is gross.
So I heard through the grapevine, through my connections, that a local high school, and I'm not going to say the name of the high school. I know you dicks probably will. I'm going to keep it under wraps. But a local high school is currently...
Unlike the students at this high school, clearly not keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, clearly not.
Yeah.
Clearly they're not using their dental dams properly. There is a grade 10 chlamydia outbreak
Wait. You
ongoing.
learned sexual health in grade 9,
Grade
right?
9.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to use a condom by
Come
grade
on.
9,
Yeah,
you're getting knocked up.
Yeah.
They probably
No.
skipped the health class
Wait.
to go get banged and get chlamydia.
Yeah.
Is this Angus or...
I'm not at liberty to say which Berry High School this is, Andre.
Oh, I think I fully know, probably. I can guess.
But yeah, so I'm all for teenagers having sex, but grade 10 chlamydia outbreak? Say it ain't so.
Wait, so how did the first person get chlamydia?
I don't know.
That's the
didn't-
question.
We don't
Well,
know
that's
the
like the
details.
chicken and the egg, Andre.
Let's try and get like patient 0 on the show next week, and just talk about how they got chlamydia for the first time, just how the whole thing blew up. We should definitely have like some sort of like Fifth Estate sort of shit
Well,
going on next week.
they say that we have AIDS now. I mean, we don't have AIDS now, but
What?
you know the
You have AIDS?
no,
You can't confirm or deny.
Andre. We're trying to keep it under wraps. We're trying to.
That's what we
If
should
he
do.
starts
That's
rapidly
what they
losing
should
weight,
do.
the answer is a yes.
If I start rapidly losing weight, that'll be a cold day in hell. Anyway, they say that we have AIDS now. Folks have AIDS now because somebody fucked a monkey. So I think that the reason we have chlamydia is because somebody fucked a zebra. That's my theory.
Completely based in facts.
This is a
100%.
scientifically
This
based
is-
discussion.
I think this is true.
Thank you, Andre.
Why
Zebras?
zebra?
Why is look at a zebra. So many stripes, black and white.
What does that have to do with chlamydia?
What do you have against black people?
There we go. One.
Wow.
See, this has turned into a real Glenn Beck type show.
We're about to get Rush Limbaugh in here.
And his soft, shitty body.
But in defense of the kid, you don't have to have penetrative sex to get chlamydia. You can get. I mean, you suck the wrong dick. You've got chlamydia now. That's the way
so
that
is
it
it
is.
in your mouth then if you suck it?
I've never had face chlamydia. I don't know.
But you know about the other
Google
kind,
it.
right?
Google.
I don't want to see pictures. It's probably going to be gross.
No, just do. I'm feeling lucky.
No.
And you'll end up with chlamydia.
Face chlamydia.
Yeah.
We're up all
feeling
night to
lucky.
get chlamydia.
I think there should be some Southern Ontario band called Face Chlamydia. They would be a great punk band.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably starting in a local high school.
And you know what? Their hit song is gonna be called "Gonna Bring It."
Patient zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear their drummers on the reefer. Anyway,
Aren't all the
Reefer
drummers?
madness.
but you can get chlamydia from oral sex. So like, unless you're seriously going to bring a dental dam out on your third date,
No.
you're going to get chlamydia.
My question, no.
Things you can also get $50 from oral sex. Maybe 20. I don't know. It's a rough
only in
week.
Toronto. Okay, sorry, Andre.
But chlamydia, and who was the first person to get it? And like, how did it just fucked?
I think you're the first person to get it because you keep bringing that
Yeah.
up.
What?
No, it's not me. No. The cost. Are you born with chlamydia? Or that's what I'm saying.
Are people born with
No.
chlamydia,
No.
or do they have
No,
chlamydia
wait,
thrust
whoa.
upon them?
Sorry, that was my dumb question for the day.
It is not what you can do for chlamydia, but what chlamydia can do for you.
I don't think chlamydia can do anything for you.
Well,
but
it can end your
give
shitty
you
relationship pretty quick.
I don't think.
grills.
Excellent.
Thing is, you can probably figure out who has chlamydia if you ask them to spell chlamydia and they spell it right.
Yeah, seen in the doctor's
Yeah,
office.
there is a Y in there, but
It's like how you can pick out who a real Presbyterian is. Tell them to spell Presbyterian.
How do you spell Presbyterian?
A Presbyterian can tell you.
Yeah.
what is it? The 26th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, fuckers.
What?
You guys are having a spelling bee over here. What is this? TSN 4?
Up next, the WNBA.
No,
Da-da-da.
let's not go there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the WNBA.
Actually, Skylar Diggins can get it. Who's seen
Yeah, who's
the
the one that was playing with Chris Bosch?
the black girl? Skylar Diggins. She's sexy.
Andre,
Do you
do you want
want
to take a moment and just confess your love for Skylar Diggins? Maybe she'll come to your birthday.
Oh medieval times. Skylar Diggins, you and me. I love you.
Bring a dental dam.
Eh?
Medieval times.
No!
Because Andre's the Black Knight.
Yo, damn straight.
I don't think they're gonna add that into the show for you. I think they're just gonna give you maybe a bigger piece of chicken. I don't know.
Wait, is that a black
This is fucking Mississippi burning. Come on.
You know what? We should all be really glad Sidney Poitier can't hear too well anymore, because he would just be absolutely
Okay,
outraged
can we
with this.
take a Sidney Poitier break? Because that was kind of sad.
It was at the Oscars, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
He
They
did
were
not
trying
look
to they were
good.
trying to interview him, and like he just can't hear anything. There's like all the screaming fans, so she's like, "Oh, you know how are things changed over time?" And he was like kind of stare blankly, and then do like the international "What the fuck did you say?"
Really?
symbol. Yeah.
He's like 70 now.
It was like when they
that, right?
marched out Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali during the Olympic ceremonies in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Every time I see Muhammad Ali, I literally cry. It's
That
sad.
sucks.
I start to hear "Let's Shake" in my head. Is that weird?
Even I think you're a monster.
Come
right
on,
now.
baby, let's shake.
Float like a butterfly, sting like chlamydia.
And we're back.
Yes.
That's the money shot.
That's what she said.
In grade 10.
Wow.
But the bottom line,
I want a grade 10.
See?
bottom line,
See?
kids-
That's how I'm like, how did that grade 10 person get it?
Like I.
She had to be fucking somebody
grade
older.
10?
here's what happened. Yeah, no, that's what
That's
happens.
what I'm
Andre.
saying. That's why I was being like, how did she get it?
Well, you know, maybe a guy who's 24 and kind of lonely, you know, sitting in a coffee shop, and a nice young lady comes in
Dear
and
God.
has some color by numbers, and they go out to his van, and you know, maybe next week she has chlamydia.
Wow.
You know, maybe that's how it happens,
No,
Andre.
that's fucked. That's a fucked up story.
No, but you're right.
That
That's
is
how
up
it
some
happens.
CSI, or not CSI.
That's
how it
one
happens.
scenario, though.
Somebody fucks somebody who's 24 and gross, and then
Yeah.
everybody in grade 10 has chlamydia
Yeah,
now
that's
because they
fucked.
can't keep their
But
faces
then
out of each
how
other's
is she-
junk.
No, but don't you know you have chlamydia?
Well, I don't know. It
When you
burns when
have
I
chlamydia?
pee. Does that mean I have chlamydia now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it
probably.
means you didn't put your fucking cigar out again.
Ah,
I believe
What-
that's gonorrhea.
Yeah.
I believe it's pronounced gonorrhea.
What
Gonorrhea.
what I don't understand is but the whole chlamydia outbreak thing. Okay, obviously chlamydia breaks out because a whole bunch of dirty people are fucking each other, right? Have you even talked to a high school person recently? They are so socially awkward with the amount of other shit that they have, like all like their
Facebook.
online gaming and Facebook
With
and
their
all
texts and their...
And their Snapchat.
No, but
wow, I feel old.
No,
saying
but
this. Wow.
seriously, like teaching
Back in my
in a
day.
high school setting, and just teenagers are so socially awkward. How do you get to the point where it's like, oh, I don't even really know how to talk to a girl. Next you know, oh, we're having unprotected sex with my dirty dick. Think about the things we stuck our dicks in when we were in high school.
That's a beautiful.
You're looking at me.
That's a
and-
beautiful memory.
and I know that we're thinking the same thought. The things that I stuck my dick in couldn't give me chlamydia because they weren't alive. Most of them.
Okay.
I'm not talking about dead.
Necrophilia.
I fucked a grapefruit once. I was curious what it would be like, and that actually did
That
sting.
actually happened.
They're very
I
acidic.
don't doubt that.
I put it in the microwave first so it would be warm.
That's not real.
We're editing that out, but it is,
Yeah.
but it is real. It's a
Really?
thing.
I also
Yeah.
did come up with a word. I told Sasha about it. If everybody remembers Sasha from last episode, he's still alive, which is good. I came up with a new term for when people want to have sex with fat animals. It's called obestiality, and I'm coining it. Tell your friends.
Shout out to Stainer.
Oh.
Hell of a nightlife. Oh, I think that the moral of the story here is that you should wait until marriage to have sex.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, wow.
Get out of town.
Or if you're gonna have
Wait.
sex, you should do it Animal House style and put some fucking gloves on. Jerk the guy off in the car with the gloves on. I want everyone to know that I'm doing the motion. Give me the rubber dick, Andre.
You
We
can
have a
hold
rubber
it.
dick.
You can hold it.
God.
Jerk the guy off.
Why am I
This is
watching?
even
Why
weirder.
did I provide this?
If you're gonna lick snatch, get a dental dam.
Ew, really? Dental dam.
What? She can still feel it through the dental
Come
dam.
on.
I mean, really, you're in high school. How good is your pussy game anyway?
Wow.
How good is
Wow.
Wow. Okay, hold on.
your... Really?
Wait a second. We
No,
just
think
went on
about-
a weird
think about-
train here.
No, look,
No,
think
we're
about
on a
look
weird
back. Look
track.
back in your history, though.
Every-
Was it good?
Everybody's obsessed
Yeah.
with high school
No.
teenagers having sex. There is no worse sex on the planet than teenage sex.
No.
It is the worst sex ever.
No. What?
Why is everybody so silent? You telling me you don't fuck any better now than you did when you were 16?
Yeah, you do, obviously. You fuck better with experience.
Yeah, there you go. So, all I'm saying is,
Well,
how much?
Wait, are you
Well,
trying
what's
to
better
entice
experience
them
than
now?
Chlamydia when you're
Is it?
16?
Yeah, Robbie. Are you trying to entice them now?
No, all I'm saying is that it sounds like putting a dental dam on a vagina before you lick it would ruin the whole experience.
It would.
But what I'm saying is the experience is already shit because it's teenage sex.
And
You
it's
don't know-
chlamydia.
you don't know
It
how
sort
to
of
lick
ruins a
pussy.
lot of shit for
It's
you.
gonna be
Yeah.
a while before your pussy game comes up. So
But how do you think the pussy game gets stepped up?
Pussaliath.
well
By
the way that it
practice.
comes up is you have sex with a bunch of dirty girls in high school, and that's how you get chlamydia. Playing those away games.
If I could step back from this conversation, I would, but I'm very comfortably seated right in front of this microphone.
Don't act like this is good stuff. This is
Don't
this is
act
good
like you're
shit.
not impressed.
What kind of friends me is that the same guy who's talking about the pussy game in high school is also the guy who edits this.
Yeah.
We got Billy Walsh and the director's cut over here.
Well,
Shout out to
anytime you-
Entourage.
Shout out to
Yo, the movie
Well,
next year.
Brent is our Ron McClane tonight, so anytime you want to step in and you just say the word.
Can I step in for half a second before we move on to the next point? This sort of leads in from chlamydia, and we all, I'm sure chlamydia sort of ruins your life a little bit, or at least for a small period of time. As does crabrevenge.com. I didn't think this was a thing. One of my buddies I worked with a little while ago told me about this, and I thought it was a joke, and I never really wanted to type in crab revenge into my computer because I kind of feel like people are probably watching me. Crabrevenge.com is this website where you can buy different strands of crabs, of pubic lice, for the sole purpose of exacting revenge on like an ex-girlfriend
on the
or
person
guy
who
friend.
gave you chlamydia.
Exactly, probably.
Crabs is nothing compared to chlamydia. Why are we back on chlamydia?
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Sorry.
I've
No,
tried them.
what's so ridiculous about this is like they literally say right on the website that this is for revenge, and then they have different packages you can buy. So you can get like your regular run of the mill like barn pubic lice, and then you can and then I assume
What's
it's
the difference?
Shout out to Stainer.
apparently there's a type of like crab that like shampoo does nothing. You just have to like go all fucking bearskin rug on yourself, shave it all off, and like that's the only way to get rid of the crabs, and then burn it a little bit. Like scorched earth
burn
is what
your
I'm
dick?
saying. I don't know. No, like burn your pubes, which I assume would be in a bag,
Whoa.
and then you hear them screaming, right? This is
How much does the products cost?
I don't have the balls to click on like shipping and handling and see how much international costs are, because I might end up buying crabs just to fuck with people.
My question is, how do the crabs stay alive?
Yeah,
Do they
that's
come in a
enough.
package full of pubic lice and dead skin? Because that's just gross.
Yeah, do you get like
just
sample
gross.
pubic lice and then
I wish I had these answers, but I don't. Next show, we're gonna buy some crabs over like the next
Well-
week or so, and then we'll experiment with them, maybe in somebody else's house.
I don't wanna
No,
do-
Just walk me through the process. So you've broken up with this person and you buy this, and what? You just send it to their house,
I know. I assume.
or while you're having revenge sex, you like
No,
slip some.
I was
crab.
thinking about this because like after like the cheating or the breakup has already happened, whatever led to this breakup has happened. You're not going to be within crab distance to infect them with this thing. So it's like
you
you
get
like
close with an ex
no, but like
sometimes.
you know this that awkward moment where like you have to return like each other's shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, here's your micro
just
plush
stick the crabs
blanket,
in there.
and here's your fucking movie. Here's your copy of Labor Pains. Just stick the crabs inside of it.
I think I will.
Things we were talking about this before, and like, is there just like one guy locked up in a basement somewhere who they just infect with every STD,
he
and
must
like
have
they're
a
just
big
cultivating crabs from
Must have a
him?
big inventory of crabs.
Oh yeah, just tons of crabs.
He's got like a pube fro, and it's full of. It's a jungle down there. It's some Jumanji shit.
Hey, have you talked to Jungle Pubes lately? No, apparently business is a booming.
And unlike Jumanji, this is not a game.
So you better bring it.
That's a lot of revenge to go through, though. How
Yeah, and it
pissed-
might not work.
Yeah.
But here's a scenario
And
for you.
why would you do that?
You catch your wife cheating on you, right? And you can't break up with her because you only make $35K a year, and she's gonna take half, and she's gonna take those stupid fucking kids you didn't want anyway. So, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give her and her little boyfriend crabs? Oh yes. Oh, I think you are. That's what I do. And then you burn the trailer down. Problem solved, right?
The old crab trailer,
Are
huh?
you looking at your future?
You kill them afterwards.
Andre, I'd never live in a trailer.
He'd never make 35K.
He would never marry a woman.
I would have crabs.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't take half. She'd take all.
Coming up next week, the grade 9 crabs outbreak.
Yeah, how low can we go?
At the same time, though, I bet this is probably a trap to catch pedophiles and people who are like banging the grade 10s. It's like, oh, these 4 guys in Barrie have come down with chlamydia. You know what? Probably because they're the ones banging the high school kids, and then they end up in prison, and now everybody in prison has chlamydia. Good for them.
Isn't it?
I'd like to know how it became public knowledge. Like, you go to school one day and it's like, and then it's just all of a sudden everybody knows.
There's a.
Yeah.
Is there a
Hey, you
warning
have it too?
on the-
Yeah, me too. I fucked Jimmy too. Well, maybe it was Jimmy. Let's go talk to Jimmy. No,
Hey,
no,
hon,
no.
what happened at school today? Well, I fucked Jimmy and his dirty dick, and now I have chlamydia. Oh, good for you, honey. Who else does? Like,
I'm picturing the way that you know the telephone hour from Bye Bye Birdie. I'm picturing that's how the chlamydia information gets spread.
No. Five Birdie's the worst. I did that.
I
show
go,
once.
that's worse than chlamydia.
Yeah,
Got
that is worse.
chlamydia. Chlamydia is fucked.
For those of you that have no idea what these guys are talking about, Bye Bye Birdie's a musical.
You know how many people are listening now with all of the
Us.
chlamydia and teenager and pussy game talk? Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what? Because we're
Even
bashing.
James isn't listening anymore.
The thing is, we're bashing chlamydia so much, we're probably gonna lose half our fan base. That's 3 people we're losing. We gonna talk about cannibalizing each other next?
Oh, but I don't want to be first.
You're first.
You're probably gonna be first.
No, I'll sacrifice myself. I don't like this place anyway.
You'd probably taste good. A nice alcohol marinade.
I've lived a good life.
And this is how they get chlamydia. You probably taste good.
Yeah.
No, I bet you it doesn't taste good. It probably tastes awful.
See, why can't we just talk about cannibalism without turning into chlamydia?
I know. Why do we always have to
God,
go?
why do we
to
have to
the
go
lowest
there?
common denominator?
God,
Why can't we have a nice civilized conversation about eating each other,
right?
like gentlemen?
Like Lords of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies. You are just pluralizing the weirdest things
Shout
tonight.
out to Games of Thrones, which is Andre's favorite show.
It's
Bones.
a shameless knockoff.
It's true. Watch the Thrones is coming out next too.
Yeah, it's got Kanye, Jay-Z, Diddy.
And Peter Dinklage. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
hell of an
he's
album.
awesome.
Well, what's our next topic of discussion? I feel like we've gone as far with crabs as anybody need go.
The Ukraine.
Speaking of buying revenge, yeah, the Ukraine and Russia.
I don't know. Are we qualified to talk? Fuck it.
Yeah,
we're not qualified.
we're not qualified
We're
to talk about
qualified-
anything.
We're
We shouldn't
qualified
talk.
for chlamydia and crabs. The Ukraine we're taking a giant leap up here. We're taking a giant leap forward, if you will.
Sort of. Well, what had me interested in this whole thing is the fact that like Russia gave the Ukraine until like 3:00 last Tuesday to surrender, or else their fleet in the Black Sea was just gonna fucking start unloading on the Ukraine. I've heard nothing from it since. Not to mention, isn't it fucking brilliant? Okay, Sochi Olympics and building some goodwill towards yada yada yada. Next week, no, let's invade the Ukraine.
That
Because
is
fuck
a
it, that's
Russia-
why.
That is a Russia thing.
What
No,
I'm
you
curious about
always
is
keep you guessing.
how do they have any money left for war? They spent $51 billion on Sochi. How do they have any money left? I think that this is going to be the first ever war fought entirely on credit. I think that Visa's funding this war because
No, I believe they're doing a Kickstarter campaign right now.
Kickstarter
Yeah.
campaign.
A lot of great perks. You get to keep your teeth if you donate $5.
See, I know people don't want to risk starting World War III, but I would have called Putin's bluff
No,
immediately.
he tested intercontinental missiles at one point, though.
Who hasn't?
I read that.
Yeah, we've all got a couple of ICBMs in our back pocket just in case.
I still have an IBM.
Cute.
See, I just bet Kim
Nuclear
Jong Un
power.
just shit in his pants. Is like, oh man, nobody cares about me anymore. Now they take me even less seriously. He sent a fax. Putin at least sent a fleet.
That's the scary thing now is that now Kim Jong Un's going, oh, I'm not the biggest asshole in the world now. He's gonna have to.
No, he's just the fattest asshole.
He's gonna have to pull something out now. What's he gonna do now? Like, crabs revenge.
Crab revenge.
Oh no.
He's gonna give Putin and Barack Obama crabs. They're gonna blame each
Just
other for
airdrop.
it.
How are they gonna
Yeah.
both get it?
Well, how do you think that they're gonna find common ground, Andre? Butt sex between world leaders is an established tradition. It's a nice way of bridging the gap.
I believe that's where the term the Black Hand came from, right? Gravilla Princip was really into it.
You give me Syria, I'll give you Ukraine, and then we'll have
Welcome butt
tender
sex.
butt sex.
Right on top of the Geneva Convention tarp.
I'm gonna have a T-shirt made that says "Pol Pot did it in the butt."
This is by far our worst episode
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, well.
We can't even talk about it.
Now we're getting to where I was hoping we'd get.
Yeah, have fun editing this one. Jesus.
This is just crap.
Pol Pot did it in
This
the
is
butt.
just lowbrow crap.
No, but most people don't know who Pol Pot is.
Okay, well, Google it. I'm feeling lucky. Is that even still a button anymore?
It probably
Oh,
plays
yeah.
Daft Punk when you click it now.
I actually think that the Ukraine thing. I actually think that this is about Syria. There's going to be a deal struck, and Syria is going to be involved.
No, how? How is it over Syria? Syria's fucked right now, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
is.
fucked
Yeah,
up
it's in the
place.
Middle East.
Yeah,
Of course
actually,
it's
yeah.
fucked.
Well, because think
No,
about it.
no,
Think
not
about it.
all the
Putin goes into
places. I know.
Ukraine, and now it's like, okay, which do you want? Do you want me to stay out of Ukraine, or do you want me to stay out of Syria? Pick one.
Think about it. The U.S. does it all the time. We're now witnessing another country do it. Why are we so upset?
Well, that's the other
It's the
side. of
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
No, because it's Russia. We're angry because it's Russia. Because we're taught to love what America tells us to do.
Well, but on the other hand, what would happen if say that there was a revolution in Mexico and the government was overthrown, and then the United States just decided that they were just going to roll in for security reasons.
But Russia, but
The pretext is so flimsy.
The U.S. does all that all the time. See what I mean?
Different.
Why do we care so much about the Ukraine?
Because it's a legitimate country.
Well, there's a point here. I saw something today which I thought was just hilarious, which is they had pictures. They had sort of like redone pictures of the suffering in Syria, but they'd filled it with white people. And the kind of concept behind this was, this is what it would look like if what happened in Syria was happening in the U.S. And I was like, so wait a minute, we have to do this so that white people can empathize with Syrians, because otherwise we can't. This is actually happening. What difference does it make if the people are wearing whether white people wearing pea coats and carrying briefcases? Like, what's the difference? We need that in order to care. Like, nobody was interested. I think that Ukraine is important, but nobody was interested in Syria.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Hey,
And
white
there's all kinds of
people-
stuff going on. There's
white
nobody's
people weren't
in the Central
interested.
African
There's
Republic.
there's so many other things going on. How come the
Nobody
U.S.
gives a
doesn't
shit.
step in? It's only if it's about them.
The
And
reason-
we as Canadians are taught to believe whatever they do.
The reason why
That's-
the U.S. cares is because they don't want Putin getting the idea that he can stick his little Russian
See?
dick wherever
and,
he wants.
and we're against it because we're in love with what
Maybe
the
he
US
just
does.
needs more Lebensraum, guys.
No.
What about that? Let's just let him have
Putin's a
it.
very bad dude, though.
Oh, he is.
He is
As
a
a
bad
badass.
man.
I think who's your favorite dictator now? I think that there's basically only two choices now with Ahmadinejad gone. I think it's either Putin or Kim Jong Un.
Walt Disney is probably my favorite dictator of all time.
Didn't you tell me something about Walt Disney the other day?
Oh, probably.
No, I did.
There you go.
Said if the first man to give birth without surgery physically gives birth to a human being gets Walt Disney's fortune.
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazier
It's in
than
his will.
anything
It's in his
Vladimir
will.
Putin or
Really?
Kim Jong Un could
See,
come up
he was
with.
a pretty.
Walt Disney was a
Walt
messed
Disney-
up dude.
Walt Disney was a racist motherfucker.
Yeah, of course
He
he
was.
course
Have
he
you not
was.
seen
He
those
made those
cartoons?
cartoons.
I know. He was such a racist.
Everybody was racist back then. Not
was
to
also-
excuse it, but guess what? Everybody was
He
fucking
a little
racist.
bit racist
But
sometimes.
the blood, but the women blowing on the big jugs with the big funny lips. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to say I find them hilarious though, just because they're so flagrantly racist.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, really?
They go out of their way to be racist too, and it's like
And it's not just one type of culture. It's everything.
Oh, he hated.
He hated everyone.
native.
We were actually
Yep.
talking about this before. Well, we were talking about it last night. Like you don't hear about a person who's like an anti-Semite but is cool with everybody else in the world.
True. This is true.
When they say okay, like maybe Walt Disney was racist towards one group of people. No. He was racist towards everybody, and he was anti-Semitic towards everyone.
He
Like-
was so anti-Semitic. He hated people who weren't even Jews.
Yeah, he hated everybody almost
Called them
equally.
Jews.
The world has gotten pretty political.
We still say
We've
gyp.
gotten conservative.
No,
though.
we're just afraid. As in gypsied?
No, we're actually another
There we go.
another term that's
This is an interesting. I think the world's a lot more politically correct now, even than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like a lot, and it's not even conservative stuff. It's interesting what liberals and conservatives have in common in that they both want to tell you what to think and how to express yourself.
no.
Yeah.
That's why I hate both of them.
Yeah,
can't
it's
say
same thing
that.
as it's the same thing
Hurt
as it's the same
feelings.
thing as religion too, though. That's how I feel about that.
Everybody wants to tell you what to say and what to think, and I'm here to say all the things that you're not supposed to say or think.
We've said a lot of things.
We've said some things.
But it is both our right to say it, in
Yeah.
the same way it is any listener's right to stop listening.
Yes, please stop listening. Go ahead. Wait, no, let's all take a minute. Stop listening.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Go play with your dick. Go
Or
put
your
a dental
vagina, 'cause
dam
we
on
don't
your
wanna be
wife and go to
sexist.
town.
Yeah.
See if you can make her come. We know you can't.
You probably can't.
Hey,
No, I
if,
can't.
if,
But if you do, you gotta bring it.
you,
You gotta bring it.
so you better bring it. If you're
right.
going down on me, yeah, you better bring it.
I came all this way.
We're way off the path, and we don't leave any fucking break. What's next?
We're talking about like this era of politically correctness.
Well, which actually stems into this next topic. And
Oh, yeah?
that's, gay athletes.
What if I'm black and I'm born black? I have to come out too.
What-
That's
how is
what,
it-
no,
I think-
no. I'm not shaming
to
that.
come out.
No,
I'm
no,
not. I'm asking the question.
I didn't know this was a what if.
No, I'm asking the question. Why is it that we as a society think it's such a big deal now?
Well,
Being
because,
black
no,
or
because
coming
black
out?
is a choice, Andre.
No, but,
Yeah.
no. This is
Look at Tiger
we
Woods.
could
He
go-
chose not to be black.
yeah.
So he took up golf.
I was talking about how it's like such a big deal now too.
It's
though.
different with athletes, though. And I know that's why you brought
Yeah,
this up. Is
yeah. It's a
because
different situation. It's true, but
They're really against the green.
nah. But the fact, no,
What do
but-
you mean, no?
no. But no, I'm saying the fact that we live in such a bad society like that we think that's a negative thing, and that you have to tell everyone about your sexual orientation.
Okay, like especially like in the world of athletics, which is just
Ah.
has like
Male-dominated.
always been historically known as like this male dominated. It's a masculine thing is to be in the sports, and it's like it's so weird. Like you're sharing a change room with them, and like that's
Who cares?
Well, that's the thing is like okay, an actor coming out. Okay, when you're in the arts and you come out, most of his reactions are like, "Oh well, fucking surprise! They're in the arts. What do you expect?"
Yeah,
Surprise.
but with sports, it's kind of like, oh, why does perception change? Like, oh, just because someone's sexual orientation is not what you would expect, I guess, coming from
Yeah, but the
athletics.
fact that we believe that as a social norm is terrible. That we believe that you have to be so masculine to do those things.
I think the reason why they have to do it is because they want to just be themselves. And
Yeah.
in the case of the football player, they knew before. His teammates knew since August, and he only announced it in January.
Yeah, but
So it shows that there's actually not a problem, but there's still a stigma out there that needs to be broken.
I understand the whole point of doing why they're doing it.
And there is more, and
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
It's a good
is-
thing, but why is it such a big deal? Why do we think why do we look at it as a
Because
society
it's
to be
in
like
sports.
I think, and I hate to use this word, I think we're privileged because we live in a little world where nobody really cares. Like none of us cares if anybody's gay. It doesn't, and I don't really know anybody who would make a big deal about somebody being gay. But when you're talking about sports, there's all these guys from Texas, and they're just like they like to shower with
But
each
they won't
other. But God forbid if you should be gay.
Oh no, I know people who get uncomfortable. Like
Really?
I know people who
Yeah.
get uncomfortable even when you joke around. Like even like us. I'm not saying like we make jokes like, oh yeah, I'll fucking suck your dick if you buy me a beer.
But I
Like,
did.
sure, like,
I did.
but you did do
to
that.
my credit.
I
Things
take
like-
that very seriously.
Yeah.
It's a
Wait,
commodity.
what kind of beer?
And I almost got the whole thing in this time.
The beer? So like we can joke around about it and make inferences like, oh, you're gay for doing this, but really we don't care
yeah.
at all. But I know some people where even if you just make that joke, just like, oh hey man, nice ass, he's just like, that's weird, like don't do that. It's like just the whole idea of homosexuality makes him uncomfortable. Someone's like he wouldn't go out there and start committing hate crimes or anything. Just he doesn't.
I don't
He
know if
feels
I-
uncomfortable associating with people who are openly gay.
I'm sure I've met somebody, but I can't even think of anybody I know.
Just saying, like it's
You don't
still
bring it up
a
to them and
thing
be like,
out
hey,
there.
Are you homophobic?
yeah, yo,
Would
how do
you yo, are you homophobic?
just grab
Yo.
it, just cup the nuts. How do you feel about this? You for it or against it? I don't know. What's your? Let's have a frank exchange of views.
Well, it depends if you cut your nails or not before you grabbed it.
Never.
It's the same thing as the black situation. How
The black situation.
I'm not calling it a
The
situation.
black agenda, if you
That's why
will.
we had him on. So Andre
Do we
could
have a
break
final
down the-
solution to the black problem?
Whiteout.
Not just good for grammar.
So I own a league.
Better
Oh,
for
by the way,
country
I
grammar.
own a league that's more entertaining than the NBA.
Okay, let's
The
have
NRA.
The Negro Reading Association. In association with the NWA, the Negro Writing Association.
Those are things, and the NAA, Negro Arithmetics Association. Because wow,
But
this is
arithmetic's
terrible.
one of the three R's.
This is a terrible. This is a terrible path that should
Little bit.
because this joke is terrible.
There's always the editing booth,
Yeah, well,
No, it's the fact that
as Andre puts a hood on.
Trayvon Martin. I got my Trayvon Martin on. sorry, am I making you
no,
all
I'm
feel
gonna
uncomfortable?
follow you home once you buy Skittles. Though you're done.
That's fucked.
Do you have anything else you want to say about gay athletes? Anybody?
Well, I just think that this is going to be the start of many.
Yeah.
It's like, especially in in these team sports where it's, I don't know, it's an excuse for people to get their guilt out and go, oh, that's great. But at the same time, it's actually good for sports.
Yeah, because it's out there and people
actually
can be themselves. Yeah.
Because how frightening must it be to be a gay man and play in football? Like,
True. Any sport,
50
yeah,
guys
team sport,
that are
yeah.
probably, like we were talking about,
Some of them might have
homophobic.
that. Yeah.
But there's also the team dynamic, and I think the situation that happened at the university is, I hope that's the status quo from now on.
Yes, I've played. When I played football, there's dudes in my who are gay now.
But then, aren't you gonna get like those parents who are just like, well, I don't want my son showering and changing with a gay
good.
kid. The gay kid should have their own
Kick him out of the
their
school,
own
man.
change
Good.
rooms and
Then
stuff
your
like that.
kids don't play.
Yeah.
No,
Right?
that's what you will be the minority.
I'm used to being the minority. I'm straight. I'm in the arts.
Yeah.
They want me to have my
Yeah.
own change room.
I get propositioned a lot, but not by the right team. Sorry, I don't do two-way contracts.
Well, speaking of getting propositioned for for the wrong team, apparently 1 in 5 relationships start online. That's welcome to 2014, everybody.
And 4 of 5 relationships end online. So
Apparently, people pay for this.
for online dating,
Yeah, like those eHarmony stuff.
I don't. That no.
you know, honestly, I took. Okay, this was a couple Valentine's days ago, and they did.
Oh.
I like where this is going. Let's let this happen.
And I was alone, and
You're never
surprise,
alone when you're drinking with Jack.
You're never alone with whores. But I was emotionally alone, so I took. They did like a free trial period eHarmony test. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
take a test for free.
Yeah.
You
View your
know,
matches.
we'll send you some matches for like a couple weeks. You can see who you're matched
View
up
your
with.
matches for free weekend.
I thought, all right, I'll take a jaunt. I'll fill out this test. I filled out the test. It took me almost 40 minutes, quite in
That's a
depth.
long time.
And then at the end, what it said is, "Sorry, we have no matches for you at this time."
For real.
For real. This happens to about 10% of people who take the test because their personality simply we cannot predict who they will be matched with.
Well, because
So what that means is you're gonna die alone with your hand in your pants and mustard all over your face.
No, I'm pretty sure you would have had one match, but she died already. I think it was Ava Braun, wasn't it?
God, she was down for anything.
Well, she was down once anyway.
Should have seen her bunker.
The Wolf's Den.
But anyway, yes, online people pay for this, and I know how do you feel about it? I know you've been testing the waters.
Been dabbling. Well,
Have you had any
I'm
success?
not paying for shit.
Oh, no.
You've been throwing your worm in front of plenty of fish.
It's better than not online dating. Is my answer to that all the time.
Online dating is better than offline not dating.
Yes.
True.
I mean, you're not going to meet these people either way. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of creeps and fake people out there, but
Isn't it handy, like, if you're doing your online dating and, nobody really interests you, you can just literally open up a new tab and you got porn right there? It's like a solid second place.
the internet is no longer just for porn. It's for dating.
So, a question to you, because, like, I haven't seen, like, your profile or anything like that, and I want to get everyone's opinion on it, obviously, but I kind of feel like it would be more nerve-wracking. Like, remember, like, before, like, you went on a date, like even like in high school or something, but like you want to like wear the right thing, and like you're always kind of like checking yourself out to make sure like, okay, is the hair good? Did I brush my teeth? Why am I sweating so much? I have an awkward boner.
You know what
Is
you're
it just me?
talking? Sorry, the song "First Date"
First
by
Date,
Blink-182 is
Yep.
stuck in my head.
Mine
You
too.
like my
Interesting.
stupid hair.
Pretty much.
Yes.
But like, aren't you essentially doing the same thing? Like when you're trying to take like that perfect profile picture that you want to use, it's just like, okay, what profile picture says?
Oh
me?
no! What you do is you Google hot dudes, and then you just put a bunch of those in your profile, and then when the girls come, what are they gonna do? They're gonna leave? They can't leave. They're gonna stay for
I
dinner
think they
at least.
can.
leave.
They can.
Yeah.
They can absolutely leave.
Oh, contraire.
Not when the brandy
Oh,
van
yeah,
is
I
running.
forget. Every one of Robbie's dates takes place in his basement. So technically, they can't leave.
It's my party. I can do what I want.
Trying to get a line in the bathroom.
No, well, you see, the thing is, what you got to be careful with, and this is more women than men, because I think the reality is that all men are fucking ugly, and all women are out of the league of all men, unless you're like Brad Pitt or something. You're fucking ugly, so you just take a picture of yourself and you go, "Here's what I got." You know, please fuck me. But women, what you got to be careful
Here's
with,
what I'm playing with.
what you got to be careful with online is women who take the pictures from exotic angles, because they got it's a real thing.
They're getting
Fact-
really
true.
good at taking pictures of themselves.
And you can meet a girl who you see online, and she literally looks nothing like, like not even 10% like the person you saw.
Then how do you even know you're meeting the right person? Like a girl comes up to you, hey, are you Robbie? Sorry, who are you? I'm Janice. I'm the one you're meeting.
Nope.
No, you don't look anything like
No.
what you're supposed to look like.
I gotta go over here and do stuff here over there stuff, but
You got the wrong guy, lady.
I don't think so.
Wrong number.
But you know,
Are you a chameleon?
but by the same token, I mean, not that looks aren't the only thing. Although if you start off by lying about your appearance, I mean that's a running start. But people
Yeah,
can lie about all kinds of stuff, like what they do for a living, whether or not they're a psychopath, you know,
Whether or not.
whether or not they've
Which
got
is
their
both an
windows
occupation
tinted
and a
in.
hobby sometimes. That's
So,
2 boxes filled out right
the
there.
whole thing. But you know, I mean, how on the other hand, how are you supposed to fucking meet people? It's the 21st century, and everybody's doing what Richard Varty's doing right now, and texting folks and living virtually. How the fuck
Yeah.
are you supposed to actually
Yeah,
meet
you-
people
you
in
can't
real
just
life?
Go up to strangers because they probably
Yeah.
have pepper spray.
You know what happens when you go up to women and you try and make contact with them?
They don't even use pepper spray. They're too busy on their phones. And
They use
stuff.
emotional pepper spray, Andre. I was at the
Hashtag
mall.
emotional pepper spray.
I was at the mall one year at Christmas, and Brent was here.
Oh,
and I
okay.
asked a lady if she would like to go on a nice date with me, and she yelled,
Quote.
quote, "I'd rather barf on the floor right
I
now."
remember that.
Really?
That was a good
Really
day.
loud.
People everywhere. And that's what happens when you try and make a connection with somebody.
Wow.
I like how you seem like the victim in this.
So I guess the moral of the story is make sure there's plenty of ether on the rag.
You know,
like,
I bet
really
The dental
soak it.
dam.
I bet somewhere else in Barrie, there's a group of girls doing the exact same thing we're doing, and they're telling the exact same story from the other point of view. It's like, I just want to meet a nice guy, and I keep being approached by douchebags in the mall, offering to take me out for a nice dinner.
Yeah, no, you
The same way Pee Wee Herman wants to teach you a new talent.
no. Did you approach her nicely?
No.
No,
probably
I
not.
was joking. Actually,
Yeah, see, there we
I was
go.
being an arsehole.
Oh,
No, but seriously though, how do you approach women?
From
Where
the
do you
back
even-
with a club.
Where do you even meet women?
Pumpkin patch.
Yeah, literally, it's a pumpkin patch.
A farmer's market,
I've thought
perhaps.
about pretending to go to church to meet women.
No.
Get some of that
No.
church pussy.
Plus, there's wine.
Plus,
Oh.
there's wine.
And
Bread. But you gotta
Oh,
listen
God.
to some jackass talk for 3 hours.
You're making.
Oh, church. Worst thing ever.
But really though, how are you supposed to make contact with people in a non-awkward context? And also, every woman now thinks that every man is basically her next rapist. That's how that is
No,
what
that
you were
is an
trying to
actual truth.
overcome.
Yeah, stranger danger's back.
Hashtag thank you feminism. Yeah, it's like the Berenstain Bears and Stranger Danger. That's their dating manual now.
Shout out to the Bernstein Bears.
Yeah.
Great series of books.
Yeah.
Really tough to masturbate to.
Well,
Not if you think really hard.
Mama Bear.
Except for Mama Bear gets bukkake. That's a very obscure installment.
That was in the latter years. Things are getting kind of weird.
Papa Bear was not thrilled.
He was doing coke.
Papa Bear was drinking at that point.
My favorite was Papa Bear experiments with autoerotic asphyxiation.
And
Yeah.
loses.
It was a pop-up. It was great.
Hanging from the treehouse.
The old David Carradine.
Yep.
So back to online dating, huh?
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, the metaphorical news. I don't know.
No, I think look.
It gets a bad rap.
No, it's. I've done it before.
It's just whenever you involve people in
Just a
it
show of
gets
hands.
ruined.
We're not going to talk.
Online dating would be great if there were no people involved.
Okay,
It's
I just,
like
I just
the-
want to know. Nobody raise your hand if you have tried online dating at one point or another. Okay.
Really? Just 3 out of 5? Can I count?
That's
Yeah.
60%.
That's a high percentage.
That's more. That's almost 70%, Andre.
No, damn. You want to join my team? My league?
What team are you on?
The NAA.
Oh yeah, well
You want to be a coach?
Can I do blackface? I can be a coach. As long as there's no Stan Van Gundy rule, because when I'm coaching, I wear a turtleneck. That's how I do it.
Do you
You know what, you're going to be in good hands because Andre schedules everything. Your first game is February 31st.
Seriously though, back to online dating.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you my first
have you met any of the
online
girls
dating
from
experience. When I was in third year, and I was like, I'd been dating this girl. She was a real see you next Tuesday. Just bitch city. Bitch city live in color. I hated her guts. But I dated her for a while.
Like
You hated her
how
before
long?
you dated her.
Hated her, dated her. That's the story of my
It was
autobiography.
hate fuck on her.
Get my hate naughty.
Didn't
Just
even sleep with her, right?
she was trying to change me. She was like, "You drink too much and you swear too much, and like, why do you go out late at night and go grave robbing?" I don't. She was a perfectionist.
How come every time you hang out, you talk about blood and squids?
Yeah. Why does it smell funny at your place? These are questions, but I don't. Anyway, so I got out of that nightmare attempt at a relationship, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done."
It's because she was actually a service worker. Robbie thought he was dating her. She was
Yeah, it
just a
turns out
service to
she
the
was my
state.
parole officer. And I don't know. I think I got amnesia in jail.
Yeah.
Hit that hard, eh?
Asia.
Repressed rape memories, whatever you want to call it.
Chlamydia.
Oh, I'm starting to feel like I'm being teamed here, which is bringing me back to
jail.
prison. Yeah. But no, so I got out of that, and I was like, all right, I'll try online dating. What the fuck? What's the worst that can happen? So I met this girl, and she looked nice. She sent me a message, and I was, oh, all right, fine.
You're not a hideous chud.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, she was a little on the heftier side, but I was like, she's cute. She's a little bit overweight. What the fuck do I care? If that means she can't tell me shit. So, fine. We'll meet up. She'll come to my apartment, and literally, she showed up at the door, and I was like, this woman looks nothing like her. Like her profile picture made her look like she was like, modestly overweight. Cool. She was like 300 pounds. And I was like, oh, see, this is why I tell you, fat girl angles. You gotta, and nothing against the fat ladies. Take an honest fucking picture of yourself, all right?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, not bird's eye view down at your rack.
And if you don't like what
That's
you are,
distracted.
change it. Anyway,
It's true.
so I don't know. I was like, I'm not gonna be a dick. I'll have her in. She we're gonna watch a movie, and it was just really awkward and uncomfortable. So it was not a positive experience, but I can. On the other hand,
At least she didn't encase you in carbonite. Isanora bikakitachi.
That's gonna cost us.
Yeah.
that's good. That's
yeah.
we're losing mana.
Wow.
And there's
Okay, cut. We're done.
I
I'm
even know
done.
what that fucking means. That's
Yep.
gross.
I can understand like the online dating compared to like the traditional way is like, oh, like you go out to a bar to meet somebody. You can't have a decent conversation and learn anything about somebody at a bar. I think the
There's a good
majority
chance
the
she's
majority
probably
of
gross.
the majority of things I learn about people at a bar are not positive things.
No.
So it's like, hey, let's
where'd you meet Mom? At the club.
she was grinding my dick off and I bought her a prairie fire.
Speaking of prairie fire, her bush. It's a good thing she was an orthodontist because she was a double dental dam. My God.
No.
No, just
My God.
I can understand. I've been very lucky in the sense like I've never like had to go on the online dating thing. Not only am I terrible with computers and shit like that, just I would be way too too naive. Like if I saw somebody's picture, I'm like, okay, like why would they want to Photoshop this picture? Like if this is who you are, this is what you look like, that's fine. But if you're gonna Photoshop a picture and you're taking from a certain angle because you want to look a certain way, it's not like I'm not gonna notice you're 300 pounds when you come to my door.
Yeah.
Like what are you expecting? Like you said before, if you're starting off this relationship with a blatant lie, it's all downhill from there.
I don't know. Relationships start with lies.
Yeah.
No.
Or
they
end with them.
No, they just get stronger with lies. They're like locks on a door. Just keep adding more and more over time.
It's an audition. I mean, if you want to do it at the bar, or you want to do it at the library, or at some sushi restaurant, or online, either way, you're selling yourself. Doesn't matter if it's a lie or not.
But like every relationship, you're sort of selling yourself. Like even in friendship, like you're not gonna be friends with somebody who you literally have nothing in common with. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not here for nothing. I'm here because I expect shit from you fuckers.
Well, Robbie takes his last shot. That should probably conclude this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. I know we did. No.
It was dirty.
It was dirty. If we could just give a lesson to the kid, just put a fucking condom on. You're too young for this shit.
I think
you're getting chlamydia at 16. It's gonna get worse for you. You haven't even hit your 20. You're not even close to college.
It gets worse.
It gets a lot worse.
So I think we should just sort of wrap up with like if for some reason you've just been kind of clicking through and you haven't been following too much, and this is the last minute. Here's the things you should take away from the episode. 1, wear a condom, especially if you're in high school, but just wear a condom in general.
Putin's fucked.
Putin's fucked is number 2.
You can mail crabs.
You can mail crabs at crabrevenge.com. It is
Gay
a
people
thing.
play sports.
Surprise.
And you can meet people online. Just be careful.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing is be careful.
Take care of yourselves.
Take care of yourself.
And
each
And
other.
be yourself.
And you know what? You better bring it.
Better bring it.
Yeah.